Right now, Australian unions are fighting for a wage increase for the 3 million workers who depend on minimum or award wages. Every year, the Fair Work Commission reviews award wages and after listening to the arguments, decides what increase, if any, workers will get. Last year, unions fought for and won a historic increase of between 5.2 and 4.6%, while some employers argued there should be no increase at all. This year, we're experiencing the biggest cost of living increase in a generation. So workers need a pay rise to keep their heads above water. We'll be arguing for a cost of living pay rise so the lowest paid workers in our country can survive. Wage rises, your wage rises, have almost nothing to do with current inflation. Many companies have worked out that they can put up their prices more to fatten their profits because people just expect prices to be higher. They're having a lend of us, blaming everyone else when they are profiteering out of the current situation. What we have is greedflation, what is known as a greed price spiral. Greedflation is when huge corporations use the cover of inflation to increase their costs so they can post really big profits. They pass on the pain to consumers in the process. Remember, whenever they try and blame ordinary Australians for wanting a pay rise, it's really them that could reduce inflation by reducing their current inflated prices. Big business and their supporters in the media continue to peddle tired and disproven claims that wage rises, the minimum wage increase, could cost jobs. Just remember this, that's what they said last year. And guess what? We got a 5% pay increase and unemployment went down. When you increase the minimum wage, low-paid workers have more money to spend. Low-paid workers spend everything they earn. It all goes straight back into businesses and into the community. In fact, the very worst thing that can happen right now for the economy is for working people to go under, to have to start to sell things just to survive and to completely stop spending on the things they would normally buy. This will cost jobs. Low-paid workers need a pay rise just to keep their heads above water and to keep the economy where it is now and not go backwards. Big business is seeing record profits and the largest profits in decades. We want businesses to be making profits, but those profits should be shared fairly with the workers who help make them. No matter how the economy is doing, big business always say you can't have a pay rise. Tell you what, one of the most frustrating things that big business says is that now's not the right time for a pay increase. And it's frustrating because they say it every single time. When the economy is performing well, we're told that wage increases would negatively impact it. When the economy is struggling, we're also told it's not the right time for a pay rise. It seems that businesses just don't like giving pay rises, and no matter what the situation, workers can't catch a break. But the truth is that wage increases helps the economy, supports local business and creates jobs. Women on average are paid 13.3% less than men, and this is known as a gender pay gap. Because women are more likely to be on minimum award wages, the increase to the minimum wage helps reduce the gender pay gap. Thanks to the work laws that unions fought for and were passed through Parliament last year by the Albanese government, the Fair Work Commission must now set award and minimum wages to take into account the need to achieve gender equity. Finally, let's talk about Australia's minimum wage. Big business and conservative politicians always wrongly claim that Australia has the highest minimum wage in the world. Well, Australia also has one of the highest costs of living and the highest housing in the world, and it's simply not true anyway. While almost 30 years ago, our minimum wage was enough to live on, today it is $103 a week below the poverty line. The minimum wage in Australia was originally supposed to ensure that all working people could live a decent life. So remember, when big business lobbyists say that Australians are too highly paid, they're just talking about their own executive bonuses.